Wow. So we just want to get this action as soon as we can possibly get to you guys watching the stream. Really appreciate you guys watching it. So without further ado, in the top left, once again have the green Protoss, Grubby against this yellow Zerg opponent. In the bottom right from Team Knights, it's RainMan looking to make a comeback. You know, he played well in that previous game. His build order, his strategy against what Grubby was doing, I think was perfect. You have to have that Roach army to hold off that gateway expand, heavy 4-gate pressure, and then Hydras usually are the icing on the cake.
Yeah, and it looked like he did it when he forced that push-off, but...
Yeah, looks like he's doubting himself, like, just in case you guys want to know, he's saying like, oh, I guess I made too many Hydras. I don't think he did. He actually lost a lot of those when he overextended off creep. Which I think was a really big problem. Saying you can't ever have too many Hydras, which I sort of agree with.
Until it's mass Templar and then storms everywhere. But yeah, no, it was that one engagement at that middle base between the two players, where he pushed down that ramp, trying to snipe that Colossus, and just ran into a wall of Zealots, basically, and they all died.
Yeah. Ruffle copter.
See, I don't speak Dutch, but I enjoy it when there's like one or two words that I can understand, like OP Colo.
Oh yeah. Oh, that actually means
OP Colossus.
No, it means Colossus. He was actually pointing out he didn't have range on his Colossus, like his op in Dutch. So that's kind of what he was pointing out. Raymond actually saying like, "Oh, it was a fun game," which I wholly agree with. So yeah, looking at the builds so far, we see a lot of similarity. I think Grubby went for the hatch first. Raymond went hatch first again. We don't see his second gas as early though for Grubby. Instead, just putting 3 probes in it, in his assimilator. So we probably gonna see another gateway expand, I think.
Yeah, again skipping out on that first zealot, so looking to just get Stalker out around the map to poke about. No, he actually just delayed the zealot to get his core up really fast.
Yeah, a bit of, well, I wouldn't say it's greedy, but it's not very safe, you know. He's playing blindly once again, as you can see. He hasn't scouted with a probe at all. So against, a temple, he could be in a bit of trouble, even though a Mothership Core can be really helpful against that.
But, I mean, he is a game up, and it's a smaller risk to take than what else you might be seeing, and that Overlord of RainMan is going to see that Nexus throwing down and immediately retreats it.
Yeah, it seems that the theme of the DSCL, aka players doing the same build twice in a row, still seems to reign true quite a bit. I don't know why. It's not the exact same build.
Yeah, if there's any players watching, if they do a build the first game, they're 9 times out of 10 going to do it the second, so just keep that in mind and try and hard count.
I think it's roughly 40% of games I've seen this happen. I think Moby1 did, like, in the best of 3, did the same build, which was a 3 Stalker Rush in the PvP 3 times in a row, which is just unbelievable to watch, you know.
It is, but then again, like, it comes into the mind games thing where it's like, yeah, but he wouldn't do it a 3rd time in a row.
Raymond actually manages to squeeze the Linger in the main of Grubby and gets a perfect scout off, seeing there's only 1 gas. Well, he didn't know how much his opponent had in the previous game. And gets a nice scout off.
And that means actually gonna survive.
Whoa, Grubby building these gateways underneath the Overlord, saying like, okay bro, this is what I'm gonna do, and Raymond spots it and throws down a Roach Warren immediately in response, very early.
Yeah, Rayman's just sitting in his base going, I think there might be 4-gate pressure coming.
Yeah, just might. And the mind games, of course, from Grubby in this position would be to, just not 4-gate pressure at all. Or just build a robo straight away and go into heavy Immortal Sentry.
It all comes down to whether Rayman's going to bite for it or not, and just blindly make the roaches now, rather than waiting a bit and try and get a scout off with Lings on the map. But Grubby's doing a great job poking out with the Zealot and the Mothership Core. And
Rayman is taking down the pylon at the 3rd, and once again we got mind games going on, because I think Grubby threw that down so he can spot where his opponent is trying to take a 3rd. But Rayman kind of casually destroyed this. He didn't have a drone there, so okay, now he's going to build a hatch. So he's going to take a 3rd, which I think is rather ballsy if you're going to know you're going to be up against 4-gate pressure.
It is, because because he destroyed that pylon. Rayman obviously is thinking what we thought, which is like, if Grubby's going to metagame, he's going to just not do 4-game pressure, but it seems RainMan thought, okay, he's just trying to mind game me, but no. Surprise zealots.
These roaches, what are they up to? We don't have a cannon at the front of Grubby's base actually, so we have a bit of an odd situation where RainMan, he's moving his roaches back.
Yeah.
Oh, this zealot force.
It's a lot of zealots, and oh god, the sentries get good force fields.
Oh my god.
Force fields.
RainMan, where are your roaches? You spotted it. You spotted the fact there was only one gas in the main. You knew there had to be heavy zealot aggression, and now you have no roaches. You bring shame to the Zerg hive.
Yeah, and here
now he has to pull the drones already. Oh, trying to kite back with these roaches as much as he can. Links, not doing a whole lot against these zealots. More links on the way, which is, like I mentioned, not something we'll time warp on these roaches, forcing them to, well, just kind of stay put. Zealots just going to town on these links. Oh my god.
Yeah, and zealots are now going to get into that natural mineral line and start wreaking havoc, as well as them being able to push into main. And here we go, the drone pool's already down. Stalkers are being walked in, so those roaches aren't going to be as useless.
Sorry, that response was just, it was just perfect,
No.
GG. I think that game, the previous game, just broke RainMan because he threw everything he had into it, and despite getting the exact perfect scout off and initial perfect response, Grubby just walked over him with a build that, when responded to properly, should not work.
It was definitely a case though of what you said, which was like, he put them right under the Overlord, so RainMan's obviously like, oh, he's trying to fake me out, so he's not going to do it. Because it's not going to work, because I've scouted it, so why would he then do it? And then Grubby, like, mind game him. We're going Inception here, people.
Yeah, it's so much mind games, I can't even put I couldn't put my name under it, like, oh, that's what happened, that's what I think. It's just, at this level of play, it's just so hard to call. At the best, what we're saying, what we think the players are thinking is still an educated guess, to be honest.
Yeah, like, it must have been, because he scouted it, yeah. He scouted it.